Christian Audio presents The Magnificent Story, Uncovering a Gospel of Beauty, Goodness, and Truth by James Bryan Smith. Narrated by Morey. To my daughter Hope, who inspires me with how much she loves living in the magnificent story. How to get the most out of this audiobook. This audiobook is intended to be used in the context of a community, a small group, a Sunday school class, or a few friends gathered in a home or coffee shop. Working through this audiobook with others greatly magnifies the impact. If you go through this on your own, only the first 4 of the following suggestions will apply to you. No matter how you use it, I am confident that God can and will accomplish a good work in you. Prepare. Find a notebook or journal with blank pages. You will use this journal to answer questions sprinkled throughout each chapter, and for the reflection on the soul training exercises. Instructions are at the end of each chapter. 2. Listen. Listen to each chapter thoroughly, and avoid reading the chapter at the last minute. Start listening early enough in the week so you have time to digest the material and to do the exercise. 3. Do. Complete the weekly soul training exercise. Engaging in exercises related to the content of the chapter will help deepen the ideas and narratives you will be learning. It can also be healing, as it connects you to God. The exercises in this book are best done over several days. 4. Reflect. Make time to complete your written reflections. You may not be a journaling type, but I encourage you to find some way to keep track of your answers to the box questions, as well as your reflections on the exercise. 5. Interact. Come to the group prepared to listen and share. If everyone takes time to write out answers in advance, the group conversation will be much richer, and your time together will be more effective. Remember the group discussion rule. Listen twice as much as you speak. But do speak. The other group members will learn from your ideas and experiences. 6. Encourage. Interact with each other outside of group time. Use technology to stay in touch with the members of your group between gatherings. One good idea is to have a group email thread, in which someone posts a thought or idea or question and others can chime in. Another great thing to do is intentionally email at least one person in your group each week with an encouraging word. Chapter 1. Longing for a Magnificent Story. What kind of life does the Christian story give rise to? The question is important, since the answer to it determines the shape of our spirituality. Simon Chan. When my daughter Hope was little, I told her a bedtime story every night. I read her the usual books, Goodnight Moon and Winnie the Pooh, but her favorite stories were the made-up ones. The made-up ones started when we were a bit rushed, having gotten in late, and I wanted to turn the lights out so she could get a full night's sleep. This was a bit of lazy parenting on my part. She asked for a book, but I said, "No, it's late and time for lights out." "But I want a story, Daddy," Hope pleaded. "Okay, I will tell you a story," I said. So I thought about it and got an idea. I would tell a story in which she would be the main character. "Once upon a time," I began, "there was a giant who lived all alone in a beanstalk in the sky. He had a goose who could lay golden eggs. Then one day, a little girl named Hope." She let out a subtle gasp. She was not expecting it. I looked at her and she looked at me, and she smiled. I went on to tell the rest of the story, all the way up to the end.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?